Greetings, members of the cryptocurrency community, and I would like to express my gratitude for your visit to your trustworthy source for information regarding XRP. There is a story that has been brought to our attention today that is absolutely mind-boggling, and it has the potential to change the course of the global financial system for all of eternity. Make sure you have a cup of coffee ready, because I am about to reveal something that will completely blow your mind. According to a letter that was improperly distributed from within the Federal Reserve, the Federal Reserve of the United States has allegedly started purchasing XRP at an unusual price of $10,000 per token. This information was disclosed in the memo. Your misunderstanding was not correct. The sum in question is $10,000. The information that follows is not only a hypothesis. According to the leak, the Federal Reserve is aiming to position XRP as a strategic bridge asset in order to support the digital dollar of the United States, which is the highly anticipated central bank digital currency, also known as CBDC. This endeavor is being undertaken in order to promote the digital dollar. Reports indicate that the document places an emphasis on the reasons why XRP was chosen as an alternative to established means of settlement. Its unparalleled speed, incredibly cheap transaction costs, and shown reliability are some of the reasons for this. It is possible that this will mark the beginning of a new era in the world of global finance, one in which XRP will take the place of the old dollar as the cornerstone of the digital currency. Moreover, reports suggest that the Securities and Exchange Commission has made a private offer to Ripple's CEO, which is a remarkable turnaround from the previous position. This is even more amazing than the fact that the former position was previously held. According to the information that has been made public, it would appear that the purpose of this action is to reduce the amount of public embarrassment while simultaneously gaining access to the CBDC infrastructure that is expected to be backed by XRP by the Federal Reserve. For the sake of simplicity, it is possible that the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, is giving in to Ripple's technological advantage and the unavoidable adoption of XRP. Imagine for a second that an organization that is well known for taking tough legal action is now allegedly engaging in negotiations behind closed doors, promising advantageous conditions to Ripple in exchange for their assistance. This is just a hypothetical situation. As a result of this disclosure, shockwaves have been sent across the cryptocurrency market, and the repercussions for individuals who are in possession of XRP are extremely significant. In light of the fact that this is the point at which things begin to become very exciting, let's speak about the numbers right now. In the event that the Federal Reserve purchases XRP at a price of $10,000 per token, it is almost guaranteed that the public market will follow suit. This is because the public market is a market at large. The result of this is the establishment of what some people who are familiar with the sector call a floor pricing. Because of this, the minimum price of XRP has been set at an extremely high level, which has the effect of fundamentally altering the dynamics of the market. In addition, the leak makes reference to massive transactions that took place off-exchange, stating that more than 800 million XRP were moved away from public exchanges in only the past month alone. Whale activity is being taken as an indication that insiders were aware of the Federal Reserve's purchasing plans much earlier than the general public. This is according to analysts and observers of blockchain technology, who are interpreting this as a sign that whale activity is occurring. This level of coordination inside the XRP ecosystem may signify one of the most significant and strategic market moves in the history of the market. Nevertheless, you should be aware that the story may not finish there. This is something that you should keep in mind. It is possible that the ongoing legal battles that Ripple is engaged in with the SEC, in conjunction with this alleged engagement from the Fed, could provide the ideal conditions for the meteoric ascent of XRP. There is a possibility that is currently growing more likely to occur in the event that Ripple is entirely vindicated and the digital asset is at long last accepted for its potential as a worldwide payment solution. Through the strategic participation of the Federal Reserve, XRP has the potential to be incorporated into the core of the United States financial system, thereby bridging the gap between domestic and international settlements in a manner that no traditional bank or currency has ever been able to accomplish. Reports indicate that the document emphasizes that the scalability of XRP, its reduced energy usage, and its solid ledger architecture make it especially well suited to achieve the CBDC aims of the Federal Reserve. This is evidenced by the fact that the document underlines these characteristics. This momentum is further contributed to by the expansion of Ripple's strategic relationships across the world, which is another component that brings about this momentum. Central banks, big financial institutions, and multinational payment processors are apparently looking into the feasibility of using XRP for international financial transactions, as stated by several sources according to publications. Notable is the fact that governments in Europe, Asia, and Africa are apparently experimenting out systems that employ XRP to permit international payments that are both speedy and inexpensive. This is a noteworthy development. As a consequence of this, private organizations like BlackRock, JP Morgan, and SBI are reportedly purchasing millions of XRP in order to ensure that they are in a strong position to capitalize on the widespread acceptance of the cryptocurrency. The institutions in question are providing a substantial amount of support for this growth narrative. Given that the Federal Reserve has already established a floor of $10,000 by its own buying activity, all of these reasons, in all honesty, create the ideal climate for the price of XRP to explode. This is because the Federal Reserve has already previously built a floor. When it comes to retail investors, the severity of this situation just cannot be underscored or underlined enough. It is simply not possible. The Federal Reserve is anticipated to release a statement, and the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has struck a confidential agreement with Ripple. Both of these developments have the potential to trigger an extraordinary increase in the demand for XRP. There is a possibility that investors who currently own XRP may see a significant increase in their holdings, while new buyers may hurry to acquire tokens before the official announcement locks in financial independence for early adopters. On the other hand, investors who already possess XRP could be unable to take advantage of this opportunity. Just for a second, try to imagine a scenario in which XRP is not only the bridge asset for the digital dollar in the United States, but also a settlement token that is recognized all over the world for more than $1 trillion. This is just a thought experiment. If we are being completely honest, it is possible that we are witnessing the beginning of a new age in the world of money. Those individuals who are currently in possession of XRP may be at the forefront of a historic event that will result in their accumulation of wealth. Economists feel that the participation of the Federal Reserve could encourage other central banks to follow suit, which is an extra point of interest that is of interest. For the purpose of ensuring compatibility and global interoperability in the event that the United States of America makes the decision to utilize XRP for its CBDC infrastructure, it is feasible that other countries, including Japan, South Korea, the United Kingdom, and members of the European Union, will quickly establish ways that are comparable to those that are already in place. It is likely that this would result in a network effect in which XRP becomes the de facto norm for international settlements, so further strengthening its value proposition and driving tremendous institutional demand. This would be a positive development. According to what has been stated, the document places an emphasis on the fact that the technological capabilities of XRP are unrivaled for applications of such a huge scale. Especially when compared to alternatives to blockchain technology, which are slower, more expensive, and less good to the environment, this is especially true. To begin, let's address the most obvious issue that has been brought to our attention: a reaction from the market as a whole. Despite the fact that the price at which XRP is currently trading is barely a fraction of what the Fed has reported paying for it, the leak alone has caused a great lot of speculation.